Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Simply Sweet Gemini here, and today I'll be sharing with you the pages that I completed for the month of March. I hope that you enjoy this video. So I'll be sharing with you some of the pages I colored in the books as well as the ones that I've completed as PDFs. So I hope you enjoy, and let's get started. So I'll be sharing these with you in no particular order. So the very first book I did was 50 Winter Miniatures by Camellia Angelkova, and I colored 3 images in this one. So some of the images you will have seen in my coloring scavenger hunt tag video, and that was completed about a week ago. So if you're interested, you can go and check that video out. If not, you can see my pages here. Okay, so the very first image I did was this bear. So I think it's a bear, so I colored it as such, but I guess you could color it as any animal. I did this one in alcohol markers, and the snowflakes were all done with just glitter gel pen. And the rounded snowflakes were done with some holographic stickles. So I chose to do my video with this lighting, even though there's shadows, because then you can actually see the glitter a bit more. I hope that it's not too distracting with all the sun. Okay, so the next one I did was this squirrel. So it's just skiing down this mountain. And for the moon, I used some metallic watercolor creams to make it really shiny. And then for the snow, I did use some dragonfly glaze to make it glittery, and then I used some metallic gel pens. So just very simple. And the last one I did in this book was this page. So I know it's getting on to be spring, so these are probably going to be the last images that I do with like snow in them. So it was kind of fun. So this was all done using markers as well, and then for the snow I did use some stickles, and there's just some gel pen highlights. And this one I had a lot of fun doing. So this was all like Ohuhu markers. Okay, so the next book that I worked in was Chibi Horror, the Grayscale Coloring Book by Jade Summer. And in this one I only did one image, and this was part of the coloring scavenger hunt tag. So I did this one. So I took a more minimalistic approach to this, where I just colored the main images that I wanted to stand out. So I colored the girl, and I did the cage as well as the key. And I did those just using metallic gel pen. So I noticed there's a lot of stuff going on in the background, and I didn't really want to highlight that too much, so I just colored these images. The next book I worked in was this one, the Chibi Girls Grayscale 2 Books in 1 by Jade Summer. So this book is discontinued now, but you can get the 4 books in 1 that includes these ones, as well as the Chibi Horror, as well as the Christmas one if you're interested. So for this book I completed this image, and it's just this girl with the motorcycle. Again, this one is just in alcohol markers with just very little gel pen highlights. So that was this page. The next one I did was in the Zen Doodle Coloring, Baby Zoo Animals, which is illustrated by Jeanette Wommel. So I did this monkey page. So this one was just a bit of acrylic paint to black out the background, and then I just focused sectional coloring on these parts. So I just want to highlight the monkeys as well as some of the foliage. So this one was pretty quick and easy to do. And that was in Baby Zoo Animals. The next image I worked on was in Baby Dragons by Jade Summer. So for this one I did this image, and it's just of the dragon dressed up as a knight. So again, I used some of the metallic watercolor creams for the moon as well as his armor. And then for this one, I just decided to do kind of like tones of gray in the background, and then just use more color on the actual dragon to bring him out a bit more. And I like the effect that it gave to this image. Really makes the dragon pop a bit. So that was this page. The next book that I worked in was Dreamlings 3 by Edwina McNamee. And this is one of the books that I'm trying to finish for this year, and I actually only have 3 more pictures to do in this, so I'm pretty excited and hope to finish it soon. So this is the image that I did for this book. So I don't have any St. Patrick's Day images, so I decided that I would color this picture using like a St. Patrick's Day inspired palette. So I dressed her up kind of like in leprechaun colors. So just different tones of green in her dress, and just kind of got reddish hair. And then I made her a unicorn horn like gold. And then I pretty much used a lot of different greens and oranges in this one. And then the butterflies I just made in rainbow colors, just to signify like a rainbow, where you get the pot of gold and everything. So I do like the way that this one turned out. It actually, at first I wasn't sure what colors to do, but once I had an idea, it just took off and was kind of easier to get everything done. So this was all markers with gel pens, metallic gel pens, glitter ones, as well as just stickles for the dots. So that was this picture. The next book that I worked in was the 50 Romantic Miniatures by Camellia Angelkova. And in this one I completed 1 image, and it was this one. I saw a lot of people have done this picture and I really like it. So I thought that it was time for me to try it out and do it as well. So this is the one with the ladybug in the strawberry garden. So I did all of this using alcohol markers, and then I used the Uniball Signo gold gel pen for highlighting the strawberry seeds, and then I did some stickles on the, I'm guessing they were water drops, so that's why I made them shiny. And then the ladybug is just here, very simple, and just added a bit of glitter highlights to that. So I really like the way it turned out, and I really actually like the images in this book, so I'm looking forward to doing more of them. So the next book that I worked in was Anamorphia by Kirby Rosanis, and for this one I did do a double page spread, and it's of the ram. So I did do acrylic background to black out the leaves, and then I did metallic acrylic paint for the horns, and then the rest of it is colored just using pencils and some gel pens. So I decided to keep this color palette a little more simple, so just tones of blues, greens, and purples. I really like the way it turned out. So I think in the background I am going to add maybe like stars or like the paint splatters, just to make it a bit more interesting, because it does look a little plain right now, but I'll have to go back in to do that at a later time. So that was in Anamorphia, and the last book that I worked in this month was Colortronic Animals, and this one is illustrated by Lauren Farnsworth. So the image that I did was this one. It's of the otter. So all of it is done using markers, and then I just added gel pen for the eyes. And then the background I used the Faber-Castell gelatos. So I really like how bright it turned out. Okay, so that was all the images in the books. Now moving on to my PDF images that I completed, again in no particular order. So this is the first one that I worked in, and this is from the digital coloring book Chibi Doodle Whimsy Characters by Jenny Luan. So if you're interested, you can find the artist on Etsy. So this is from the Chibi Calendar PDF book, and this is for the Year of the Tiger. So for this one, I did do using alcohol markers, Ohuhu markers, and gel pens to highlight things. And I did use a bit of stickles on the Chinese character of tiger. So these have been like really fun to do. If you watched my month-end video from last month, you'll know that I did 2 other ones. I did the Year of the Rat as well as the Year of the Ox. So if you're interested, I would say definitely go check that out. So that was one PDF. The next one that I worked in was the Adorable Circle of Life coloring book, and this one was illustrated by Alex Solis from Oddworks, and it's just the raccoon in the hen house, and this one was just really simply done. I just did it all using Ohuhu markers, and then the only added thing I did was use a Posca paint pen for the cobweb, and I did use a bit of glitter gel pen for the highlights in the eyes, but I don't know if you can even see that. But yeah, I've been having lots of fun doing these images for sure. Sorry, that's my dog trying to get into the video too. Okay, so the next image I colored was this one. And this is a free sample page from Lynn, and it's in the newest book, Whimsy Girls Around the World. And it hasn't been released yet. I hear maybe in the summertime it's supposed to come out. So this is just a free page that you can get off her website if you're interested in coloring and getting a sample of it. So this one was pretty much all alcohol markers as well. And then I used some gel pen for her hair as the highlights. And then I used stickles on her phone case as well as just the, I guess, smoke ribbon from the airplane. So I do like this image lots, so I am looking forward to purchasing her new book when it gets released. Another Lynn image I did was this one. This one is titled Willow, and it's from her Mermaids, Fairies, and Other Girls of Whimsy book, I think it is. So this one was all done using alcohol markers as a base. And then I used gel pen for her hair. Some of the vines. And then I did use glossy accents as well as stickles on the dragonfly wing as well as the bubble. And then for the wings of the fairy, I actually used some handmade watercolors that I picked up from Etsy off of Reneeissance Colours Etsy shop. So if you're interested, I can link it down below and you can go check it out. So this is probably one of the most favorite pages I did this month. And I'm really happy with the way it turned out. I tried some alcohol marker blending here and as well as on the eyes. And I think that it turned out really cool. So that was for that image. The next image that I did was from Mariola Budek's Cute Friends book. She does sell this as a single image on her Etsy shop, and it's titled Cute Unicorn or Unicorn Baby. So if you're interested in this image, you can go check that out. So I tried to do a different coloring technique in this where I left a lot of white. So I felt like maybe just highlighting the different parts of the image, it would just bring it out and colored. And I do like the way that this one turned out. It was the first time I was doing skin tone without a marker base as well. So I'm pretty pleased with it. The hearts I did in rainbow gradient, and then I added glossy accents on them just to make them look like bubbles. And then on her unicorn horn, as well as the horn on the unicorn in the book, I added stickles. So this one was just a very simple coloring, and it was pretty quick this way, so I did enjoy trying out something new. So that was Mariola Budek. So it is coming upon Easter, so I decided to try coloring some Easter images, which you'll probably see more of next month as well. So this is a free image from Mariola Budek's Facebook group. If you're interested, you can go join that group and get this image for yourself. It's just of an Easter bunny. So for this one, I had actually recently purchased the Winsor & Newton Pro markers in the pastel tones, so I wanted to try them out, and I felt like this picture was simple enough where 6 colors would be enough to color it. So the only thing that I brought in was this brown as well as this light gray, but all the other colors are ones that you can find in the Pro marker set. So I really like the way that these pastel tones came out. My only thing is it comes with 2 nibs, so a bullet nib as well as a chisel nib, but I don't really like using chisel, or I'm not skilled at using chisel, so coloring these larger sections with the bullet nib did take a bit of time. So the only thing that I added on this was the pink stickles on the heart-shaped balloon, and everything else is just the markers, and I thought it was super cute. So the next thing that I did was this mandala, and it's titled Easter Extravaganza. So this one is also a free image that Danny Banani from Fun Usual Suspects offers on her website. So this is not included in her Yippee Kawaii Yay Mandala Magic Volume 1 book. So if you're interested, you have to go download it, and it is for free. So it's a very nice image that you can get. She offers 10 different free mandalas there, and 5 of them are ones that are not in her book. So if you really like her art, you should go pick that up from her. So this one is an Easter themed one, and again, I was just using the Winsor & Newton Pro markers for this because I felt like the pastels would be really cool in this. So I tried to keep this super simple. The only 2 colors I added, and again from the Ohuhu set, were just the colors for the basket as well as for the bunny, the grays. But this was all done in marker, and I just used a bit of stickles to highlight things. And I love the way it turned out. Very Eastery. So then for the next image, it's also another one that is by Danny Banani, also a freebie. And I did this one, and this one is titled Merry and Bright. It is a Christmas page, obviously, but I tried doing the season swap challenge for this image where I used spring/Easter colors for it, and I love the way it turned out. So again, very simple, but I used pretty much like the similar colors as this image, as you can see from the color test strips. So for this, I did use a darker brown for the gingerbread man and for the cups of hot cocoa, but I love it. the pastel colors really changed the image a bit. So it was really fun to do. And she has really cute drawings. Like this reindeer is absolutely adorable with the Santa. So go pick this up if you really like her art. It's worth it. So that was the next one. So this is a free image that I got off of Joanna Basford's website, and it's just the Easter egg. So it's super metallic and shiny, and I did this using the watercolors, the handmade watercolor paints off of an Etsy shop. So these ones were a mixture of GDColor as well as TheArtSpirits, their paints, and these are all in their pastel tone set. So you can see how shiny and color shifting some of these are. Okay, if you're interested, I can definitely do a mini video on the metallic paints that I've purchased off of these Etsy sellers, just to share with you. And the last image I did this month was, the second last image I did this month was this page. So it's another Easter one, and this one is actually a freebie off of Edwina McNamie's website. So if you're interested, you can go there to check it out. So this one is just a rainbow of colors. I didn't really have a specific color theme I wanted to go with. So all of this was done using Ohuhu and Bic markers. And then I just added glitter gel pen for the Easter eggs. And then just some stickles for the collar of the bunny. And then some stickles for the dots in the background. And overall, I do like the way that this one came out. It looks very busy, but I feel like this is very reminiscent of Edwina's work, where she does do a lot of florals, and there's lots going on in her pictures. So this one was super fun to do as well. And the very last picture I did this month was this one. I actually just finished it this morning. So this was an illustration done by Daria Colors Daria Draws from Color and Chics. And this was the Superstar image. So I purchased this one off of her Etsy shop. And I did this pretty much using all Black Widow pencils, as well as Prismacolor Scholar pencils. And then I just added some gel pen and stickles for glitter effects. So I really do like the way that this image turned out. It was a lot of hair to color, so I think I need a break from coloring hair for a bit. But I do like the way it turned out. Very vibrant. So yeah, those are all of the images that I completed this month. I hope that you enjoyed watching this video. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please think of doing so. And I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great day. Bye now.